The races for the vice presidential slot of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC and the main opposition People's Democratic Party PDP are taking definite shape. In the APC, Vanguard gathered that the front-runners as of last night are Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State, his immediate predecessor Senator Kashima Shettima, Governor Abubakar Bandaro of Jigawa State, and Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State. If APC governors were to decide, they would pick from the northwest. It would be Bandaro, who stepped down for the presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the presidential primaries. If they were to pick from the northeast, it would be Governor Zulum, who is expected to cede the slot to his mentor, Shettima, an APC source told Vanguard. The source added that if those opposed to the Muslim ticket succeed, Simon Lalong would be in the line for consideration. This came as the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN), Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFM), and Arewa Coalition and APC national stakeholders cautioned the APC against fielding a Muslim ticket. In the PDP, sources said that despite the strong claim being made by the Southeast, the battle is panning out as a straight one between Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, who came second at the primaries, and Governor Ifeanyi OKOWA of Delta State, who was a member of the committee that conducted the PDP primaries. Those pushing for the PDP presidential running mate to come from the Southeast zone argued that the PDP would be toying with millions of Igbo votes across the country if it sustains its alleged maltreatment of the Southeast by denying it the vice presidency slot. Prominent Southeasterners in contention for the slot include former governor of Enugu State, Senator Chimaroke Namani, former Senate President, also former Secretary to the Government of the Federation (SGF), and Senator Ayim Pius Ayim, and former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chief Emeka Ihedioha. Also, the Labour Party LP candidate Mr. Peter Obi and his new Nigerian People's Party (NPP) counterpart, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, are said to be working towards an accord where both parties will present a joint ticket for the 2023 presidential poll. Strong indications have emerged that the APC hierarchy is looking in the direction of the Northeast for Asiwaju Tinubu's running mate. Vanguard gathered that, preparatory to Tinubu announcing his running mate this week, leaders and stakeholders of the party are looking at the senator representing Borno Central, Kashim Shettima. Sources said that most APC governors and other stakeholders had agreed that the Northeast should produce the vice presidential candidate of the party. According to one of the sources, the leaders want the Northeast, especially Borno State, to produce the vice president in 2023 against the backdrop that the president of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawan from Yobe State, Northeast, did not get the APC presidential ticket after losing to Tinubu. A source told Vanguard that the party wants to settle for Shettima to split the votes from the Northeast geopolitical zone. Former vice president and presidential candidate of the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, hails from Adamawa State in the Northeast. The source also disclosed that Tinubu may conclude consultations with the party stakeholders, including governors, today, and announce his running mate on or before Thursday. According to his source, the party is also looking the way of Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State in the North Central, who is a Christian, in case the Muslim ticket does not fly. The opinion of the leaders is that the Northwest produced late former President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua from Katsina and incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari from Katsina and former Vice President Namadi Sambo from Kaduna State. A group of party men and women under the aegis of APC national stakeholders has kicked against moves by a section of the APC to fill the Muslim ticket, saying it will fuel more division in the country. This was as APC stakeholders from the Northeast urged the party to cede the vice presidential slot to the geopolitical zone to neutralize the threat posed by the PDP presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. On its part, professionals in the APC have described as acceptable the process is leading to the emergence of Tinubu at the recently concluded special convention and presidential primary of the party, saying it was time professionals were appointed into positions of governance. The APC national stakeholders said they are deeply concerned about the ranging controversy which has heated the polity in the last few days. In a communique read by Engineer Aliyu Audu at the end of its meeting, the stakeholders said, while we are conscious of the fact that religion should not be a determining factor in our leadership selection process, the peculiar circumstance the nation finds itself calls for reflection in the decisions we take so long as they border on our national lives. Today, the country is deeply divided along our fault lines of ethnicity and religion, and we cannot afford to jettison these sensibilities in critical decision making. This is why we think that the APC must be guided by the sense of these sensibilities in the selection of the vice presidential candidates of the party. To do otherwise would be to further forward what divides us and give room for mischief makers to take advantage of our differences. Nigeria is in dire need of good governance, and this can come from either a Muslim leader or a Christian leader, but in the spirit of nationalism, justice, and fairness, which the northern governors demonstrated a few days ago. The leaders of the North, on whose shoulder the emergence of vice presidential candidate rests, must also demonstrate the spirit by ensuring that the candidate comes from the Christian faith. The Northern APC has in its fold capable individuals from the Christian faith with proven track records that can deliver just like anyone from the other faith. Their capability to deliver on the ideals of the party aside, they can also win elections for the party. Suffice to add that no individual wins election for any political party. It is a collective of all, and we are sure that APC can achieve this. The APC national stakeholders therefore call on the APC to narrow her search of the vice presidential candidate of the party to a northern Christian whom we have in abundance. Doing this will ensure national inclusion, help to manage our differences, and promote national unity, the stakeholders stated. Meanwhile, the spokesperson of the National Consultative Forum, Dr. Yanusa Tanko, yesterday disclosed that there is an ongoing plan to merge the interests of the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and that of his counterpart in the New Nigerian People Party, NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso. Tanko, who spoke in an interview on Arise TV, opined that the arrangement will help strengthen the national spread of both candidates and position them to defeat the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. Asked to confirm if there were plans to bring together Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP, Tanko noted that both parties are working seriously towards a merger. According to Tanko, merging the two parties was an idea that they have already seen on the ground, and they felt that the Obi, who is very much grounded in the southern parts of the country, needs to work together with other people who are very grounded in the northern parts of the country to win the 2023 presidential election.